In life, they tell you that there is always time for everything. The time to be born, the time to die, time to plant or sow as it might be, and a time to reap, a time to start, and a time to end. For Rafael Nadal, the tennis legend, he has called it quits. He has announced his retirement from the wonderful game, having won 22 Grand Slam titles. And with that, we say a big welcome to you out there to PBO Premium Sports. And the amazing thing is always good when we do this together. We right here, you out there, our wonderful fans. I'm back on the show. Somebody's also back on the show. Bolu Omoni, you called him the last time was on this show BHI. Bolu explained what that means. But Bolu, the consistent one, is right here on the show. BHI also is back on the show. But before I get to talk to them, I will do a short break. When we come back, it will be time to hit into the show full swing. Welcome back, guys. It's still Premium Sports right here on PBOTV, and it's time for Sport Beats. Yes, I mentioned it on the introduction. Yes, and the 22-time Grand Slam champion Rafael Nadal has confirmed that he's retiring from tennis. The Spaniard will play the final match of his career next month at the Davis Cup Finals in Malaga, bringing the curtain down on his sensational career in his homeland. In an emotional statement, he said, "In this life, everything has a beginning and an end, and I think it's the appropriate time to put an end to a career that has been long and much more successful than I could ever imagine." Good one for Rafael Nadal right there. From tennis, let's go to table tennis and let you know that the Nigerian Table Tennis Federation (NTTF) has announced a 10-member squad predominantly featuring junior players for the 2024 ITTF African Championships in Addis Ababa from October 12th to 19th. The final list released by the African Table Tennis Federation (ATTF) includes seasoned stars like Aruna Kodri, Olajide Omotayo, Ajoke Ojomo, and Fatima Bello. Joining them are promising young talents such as Matthew Kuti, Muiz Adegoke, Abdul Basit Abdul Fatai, Aishat Rabiu, Hope Udoaka, and Aziza Suezu. Okay, we do a break. When we come back, everything Niger flavor, and I get to reveal my guests. Don't touch. Welcome back, guys. It's time for Naija Flavor, and the consistent one, Bolu Atitunishola Omoni, is here. Bolu, before you say anything, what's BHI?
Okay, you've not introduced us. Let me not look at it. It's a broken head injury. Now we have ACL, we have so this one is BHI. Just 2 weeks on the sidelines. Now we are back to the full front of the old, but good to be back again. And when it's about the Super Eagles of Nigeria, almost every other thing we put on hold. As to do Saturday, go to like
Okay, it's good to have him back. 2 weeks ago he was around. He couldn't come on set. Last week, he had to fly into China and India and then also Dubai.
So that some cosmetic
stuff. It's BHI. Bolu calls it broken head injury. Chijo Keziadi. Chijo, it's good to have you back on the show.
Well, it's good to be back. I was on the treatment table, but now I'm back.
Were you or your head was on the treatment table?
No comments. But Bolu's words were so heavy that things began to fall around the studio. You noticed too. So it's all good. So it just shows.
I think it's good. It's not my head.
But it just shows it's good to be back. It's good to be back with the boys.
And Jessica as well, I mean.
Oh, Jesse.
Okay, guys. Let's focus. Let's talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Now, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will get to play Libya double-header AFCON qualifiers. Guys, let's quickly do the preview of this particular game. We know Victor Osimhen is not in camp. The Super Eagles, a lot of questions are concerning the striking position. People have questioned why Austin Eguavoen had to call Taiwo Awoniyi, who has not been having minutes at Nottingham Forest. Woods has been the go-to man. Kelechi Iheanacho also neither here nor there for Sevilla. And there's a certain Tolu Kodari. There are guys who are hot, serial deserts. Do you agree with Augustine who said these are his go-to men, they are experienced and it shouldn't be based on form?
Well, those ones are not even the only players that are yet to play Chanimo is even worse. He's yet to have a minute. Despite playing in the third division in England. But all Nigerians are coaches. No matter who they call up, there will be one or two criticisms. But me is whoever you are calling, make sure they get to do the job. Yanacho has not really done anything for Nigeria for a while. I said every time, he's not even using the talent he has. He's the best set piece taker in the squad on his day. But even for his club, the coach has kept on waxing lyrical about him, how the quality of Yanacho, but he's not displaying it. On the flip side to his other teammate, talking about Chidera Eduke, the best dribbler across the top leagues in Europe. Hopefully these things will not end in Europe. We will see the display when they come on the field of play for Nigeria. And we shouldn't be scared of Libya naturally, but when we look back at what Lesotho has done to us, when we look back at what the likes of Central African Republic have done to Nigeria, you'll probably be a bit scared. But there's a certain Victor Boniface who has yet to click with the national team. Now that there's no talk of Osimhen maybe sitting waiting to come on to replace him, maybe he will calm down this time knowing I can play for 90 minutes, I can show off, I can score. There are good support casts on the side. There's Chukwueze, there's Moses Simon, there's Ademola Lookman, and of course Kelechi Iheanacho. He just needs to bring his head down. We've seen what he has done for Leverkusen so far this season. If you bring in the same shift, if there's synergy, Ademola Lookman can get that for you. So if these things work out well, I believe Victor Boniface will probably have his best time for Super Eagles.
Yeah, I would take it from the angle where he said Nigeria should not have much problems against Libya. Yeah, we've played them 4 times, we've won. 1-4. This is the 5th time. It should be easy peasy. They sacked their coach recently. They'll be coming with a predominantly home-based squad. They've not been in the Nations Cup for like 12 years. So the last were there like 2012, and the Eagles have lost just 1 game out of 14 in the AFCON qualifier. So the confidence is there. They have 4 points out of a possible 6 from the Group D. So he has mentioned fantastic attacking talents we have, but on the flip side, defensively we've not considered any goals. So we talked about it the last time I was on set, that we had probably the meanest defense in Africa. We play differently now.
We play back 5.
Yeah, we play. As I said, we play differently now. So back 5, back 3. We are just me. Akon is still there. Semi Ajayi is still there, and Calvin Bassey. 3 of them would likely start this particular game. Then Olaino played on the left side, while the Fenerbahce boy plays, Osai Samuel plays on the right. So it's looking good for the Super Eagles. If they can pick a win from both double headers, they'll just qualify straight. So let's not make it hard for ourselves this time. It should be easy peasy. I will not be negative this time. I tell you. I know you've been looking at me and hoping that I'll become negative. I will not be negative this time. Eagles will win.
Finally, on the preview, let's talk tactics a bit. We know that let's look at it from both managers. Libya, they have a new manager who would most likely know everything about the Super Eagles of Nigeria based on the quality, and the levels of our players. For the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Austin Eguavon, yes, is our interim coach. We might necessarily don't know quite a lot about the Libyan team and how they will set up. Now, my question is, tactics-wise, what should Eguavon do if you were to be Eguavon? Now, there are talks saying, when we play 5 at the back, we lose something on the attacking front. We are not able to put together attacking talent. Thank God Osimhen is not around this time around, where you don't have to think of having Osimhen, Lookman, Boniface, Iwobi in the same team and then having all of them play, and you still want to play back 5. If you were to be a Eguavon, will you still stick to that back 5 and then do the same thing you did the last time out at the qualifiers and see if they can get you the result? Or we now try to start shaping back to a back 4 so that we can enjoy, I used to remember Jogo Bonito, those kind of football, can enjoy that. What were you guys?
Okay, before I allow Boli to talk on this one, I remember we also mentioned something about tactics when Eguavon was first appointed.
Yes.
And he was so smart by rotating between formations during games, and I think he should keep that. I would suggest the Eagles should be arrogant when they play Libya. That's one thing our team hasn't done in a long time. We worry too much about the opposition, what they will bring and what they will do. I think we should just be arrogant and just go with what we want to do. It's our home turf, it's our ground. We have virtually some of the best footballers right now playing for the Super Eagles. You mentioned Ademola Lookman. Lookman scored a goal against Benin Republic that I thought players would struggle to score. The way he controlled the ball, that was just him doing what he knows how to do, and he does that week in, week out in Europe. They fear him whenever he runs at defenders. So we should keep the same energy. We should do the same thing. He mentioned already Victor Boniface. I can't tell you much about Boniface. His idol is Neymar, and when you know a striker that can hold the ball in tight spaces, we don't play to his strengths because we want him to always run and play long balls to him, but play the ball to him.
That's what I was talking about, the back five.
Exactly.
So should we switch to a back?
No, we should not switch. That's what I'm saying. Also, we should not switch. They should play. It doesn't matter now. What I'm saying now, it doesn't matter whether it's a back four or a back five. I think our players just need to understand the way each individual work. Like for Victor Boniface, you can't always be playing ball in front of him to run towards the ball. Most of our players in the Eagles like ball on feet. Now, whether they now play quick transition passes, 1-2 passes and break lines, is now left for the players to do. But the coach needs them to understand that, okay, even though we're playing 3 at the back, 5 at the back, or 4 at the back, you guys must know you play ball on the feet and play it very fast to break lines and do your thing.
Okay, but
I'm not a fan of back three. Let's switch to back five depending on attack or defend. I've been saying it for a while. Super Eagles players, based on what we see them do, they are best suited for a 4-4-2 formation. That's why going with maybe an Osimhen with Ademola Lookman.
He tried
They work backfired.
The thing, one of the problems we've had is our players never come early. This team
and
came in on
Wednesday. The wingers hardly crossed the ball.
Exactly, that's my fear for them. Even the inverting, they are not inverting anything. Aside Ademola Lookman, others don't invert nothing. And what we also do well is a 4-3-3. If we go for a 4-3-3, it will allow us play both Alex Iwobi and Fisao Dele Bashiru together. But that 3-4-3 does for us is you can only play one of them because no matter what Ndidi is playing, it's not left to who will join Ndidi. And I don't think our coaches are explorative enough to play one of those front three to be a midfielder. Like what Real Madrid did for Jude Bellingham last season, dropping it. Iwobi can do it. We saw him do it at Arsenal. Drop in, drop out. So it's more like let's play safe. If you can do a 4-3-3, Ndidi can sit. But what Maresca did with him at Leicester has shown this guy has more. So Ndidi can go forward, come back, but we shouldn't be scared to play maybe 2 DMs all defensive against Libya.
And interestingly, against Benin Republic, Ndidi provided 1 assist.
Exactly. Now he's now an assist lord in the Premier. He's got about 5 or 6 assists so far this season. So going for Dele Bashiru and Iwobi, it means our strikers will probably explore and enjoy themselves. It will allow them moving from the wing, and our wingers can now decide to invert if they want to invert. But 3-4-3 limits them a bit. Except the only man I can beat my chest for that I will run down the flank 2-4-7 is Olaino. Others maybe they are always scared to explore. But with Olaino going down the flank, if someone else is also doing the same thing, oh lovely, you can have even there's nothing stopping us from playing a 3-5-2. Have Victor Boniface and Ademola Lookman hovering around him. 1 minute on his left side, the next minute on his right. It also gives us enough room to hold on to the midfield. One thing that's been working for Juventus so far this season, Morata doesn't care how much you play. He's winning the midfield battle. Like 7 midfielders, 8 midfielders. When you control the midfield, for those that do the PlayStation well, almost every commentator will win the midfield battle and you win the game. It doesn't happen like that all the time, but at least in some instances you need to win your midfield battle. At least if you can't win the match, but against Libya we should win the midfield battle, and if we do that, I think it should be easy right for the strikers.
Okay, that's the preview right there. I think I'll just take their prediction. Nigeria Libya
3-0.
3-0.
In favor of Nigeria.
It's always good to tumble. Well, then there's what they call bounce back ability. You bounce back to positivity. Bounce back ability to positivity. That's what CJ is showing now. Nigeria Libya.
I would have said the same 3, but let me say it in a different way. Nigeria win over 2.5.
Okay. Welcome back, guys. It's time for Naija Flavor right here on PBO Premium Sports. Guys, it's the international window, so it's good that we look inwards and talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Now, let's talk about talent in the team. We know that for this particular break, there's no Victor Osimhen. Attack-wise, the kind of names that we have presently, it makes you forget that at some point people were clamoring for the likes of Sadiq Umar, Paul Onuachu, in the national team. Today, the coach will drop the lists and we are not even thinking of those players because we've got Boniface, especially Ademola Lookman, Samuel Chukwueze, Chidera Ejuke. I remember a few weeks ago, I was having that conversation with Chidera Ejuke with CJ, and I just felt that, oh yes, they might invite him, but he might not crack the team and maybe get into the team. When it comes to talent, presently, the Super Eagles of Nigeria should be the best team in Africa.
I've been saying it for I think roughly 2-3 years now that Nigeria have the best squad in Africa. Even though people don't understand what it means, they automatically say it's the best team. No, we don't have the best team set up. But in terms of squad, quality in the team, most African teams that even have good teams, check them, they have first 11. Many of them don't have bench.
What if I disagree with you that we don't have the best team in Africa?
No, that's what I'm saying. We don't have the best team. We have the best
I think
squad.
we have the best team in Africa.
Okay, we may have, but in terms of squad, we do that.
Who is the current best African player?
And the next one is even Nigeria.
Okay, so, and then...
If possible,
it still boils down to individual talents.
Yep.
We're talking about best teams now.
Yes.
We're looking at setups. We're looking at consistency.
Yes.
We're looking at teams like Morocco. We're looking at Algeria. We're looking at
Senegal have dropped a bit.
Senegal have dropped a bit, but there's still a
And even
unit.
those Morocco, remove their first 11. You will likely not mention another team after them. And that's why I said Nigeria have the best squad. You can mention first 11 for Nigeria.
The Morocco team that played at the Olympics were not their first team.
Under 23 squad,
they have a first team.
Except they promoted them to the
Is it
national
about
team.
the team or the technical capacity of either the federation or all of that? There's a drawn out plan. This is how we want to play. We'll get coaches that will make us play this way, both from the national team to the under 23 to the under 20 to the under 17
To the women.
Yes.
Watch Morocco women.
Yes.
They play like that. And look at Spain. You can say this is Spain. Look at
Yes.
England. They all ball out to run everything. So they have a plan. Was it last year Morocco did something? They invited journalists across Africa to come to their countries to check their facilities.
Yeah.
They made it so crazy that the next AFCON, they said no two nations will train in the same venue. Even World Cup, they do it. That you can train maybe somewhere. Every national team that will come for the AFCON will have their training venue.
Wow.
It's a plan. Yes, it doesn't guarantee that you will win, but you would be close.
Yeah.
You would enjoy what you are seeing with your national team. People are telling you, oh, how come Morocco are doing like this? No, it didn't start
Yes,
today.
the plan started years ago.
Look at England. as well.
I'm sorry to cut you. They're very organized.
Yep.
And there's a particular money that comes from FIFA. It goes straight to the federation, and they use it for massive projects. You go to.
We collect the same money too.
I'm coming to
Nigeria?
I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that. So
Okay.
I'm coming to that.
I'm interested in that.
I'm coming to that. Now, if you see their clubhouses, if you see the stadiums, team clubhouse that they built for national team, they're under 20 players. If you see the clubhouse, like national team hotel, you begin to wonder, like, is it the same money we receive from FIFA? The only thing we had from
And their currency is better than
they call it the Gold Project funds. We have just one facility in Abuja, and it looks like a training pitch, and it's not even standard enough.
With the same money.
With the same money, our federation, like I keep saying, I don't want to say use negative words, but our NFF. Let's just move on.
Okay. Arsene Jala has been dragging NFF for a few years now.
It's
that the monies they've collected from FIFA.
What did we say on this show about this handling of the Super Eagles job and getting the coach for the Super Eagles?
It will just happen.
We know they will bottle it up. So everything about the NFF, like I was telling him before we even came to this segment, that I don't like talking anything about the NFF because it's so annoying. You see a federation keep doing something wrong every single time. Yeah, we just asked us about the squad, the team, but we can't talk about the team, the squad without looking about development, about the administrative aspect of it.
Absolutely.
We don't have it, and apologies to whoever it might offend, but the NFF don't know what they're doing. They don't know the directions.
Using what we have in terms of the talents.
Yeah.
The likes of the new Arsenal boy Wane will likely be playing for Nigeria. Tosin Adarabioyo would have switched since. The lack of Saka would have had. People will tell you they will tell you they have no business in Nigeria. Say shut up. Exactly. Eberechi and Co. Because when they know this, look at Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz could play for Spain. Yes, he didn't get the chance, but he could still play for, especially with the form he had with Real Madrid last season. But he plays for Morocco. It's easy for him to, okay, since I did let me switch. Some players will keep telling you, I will keep waiting till England give me the chance, rather than play for Nigeria. It shows there's no laid out plan. Look at what England did. Call it 10 years to something there. Then when England started succeeding from under 17 to under 20, you saw, yeah, they didn't win anything with the national team, but they were pitching, moving to World Cup semi-final, Euros final. It's not a big
And when they started winning, it was clear, obvious. Under 17, under 21.
Yes.
Now they are producing players at world-class level.
Yes.
Cole Palmer hasn't played in any other country apart from England.
Yeah.
Manchester City, Pusaka,
Nobody has
great footballers.
Nobody has more under 17 than Nigeria.
Exactly.
What are we doing with it?
Exactly. And if you check, like, move away from Africa now, go to Germany, look at the German template.
Yeah.
Even when they
You
went
you
off,
begin to wonder, you begin to wonder that how do these
What's
guys
that
do it?
template?
You know,
Okay. According to Bolo Omoni and Chijoke Ezeali, they are both said that Nigeria, we don't have a template when it comes to playing football at the highest level. Super Eagles, under 23, under 20, under 17. There's a time we had 15, under 15, or 15.
They're still
future
Eagles, yeah.
These things are not difficult to you out there, Nigerian Football Federation, even to the sports ministry and all. Everyone who needs to do the right thing. All we just want is to have that consistency. Let's have that sequence. Just draw the plan. Let's draw the plan, and then let's have players transit from the under 15 to the under 17 to the under 20, under 23, and then we can talk about Nigeria maybe making it as far as the semi-finals or even winning the FIFA World Cup. We're done with Nigeria flavor. We'll do a break. When we come back, Euro Focus right here on Premium Sports. Welcome back, guys. It's time for Euro Focus. Just as we have, the AFCON qualifiers in Africa, in Europe, there's the Nations League qualifiers and all of that. But some stories making the rounds because of the week. We heard about the Paul Pogba situation. Juventus CEO Maurizio Scanavino has confirmed that the clubs are in talks with Pogba. Talent-wise, Pogba used to be one player that a lot of persons felt would win the Ballon d'Or at some point, and then Manchester United happened to him, or maybe his talent happened to him, and then he moved to Juventus, and then the bad OCG shot fired.
I knew I read that story first. It was supposed to be the first story there.
Okay.
You wanted this banter.
That's the first story. The Pogba situation. What should be done? I don't know. I heard he has moved into movies. Is he still a footballer? Yeah. Should we still consider him to play football?
Talent-wise, it was called many things. The next Yaya Toure, the next Zidane, the next. He has it, but talent is not enough. Like they're telling sports, the likes of Charisma, Ben Affa, Tarab. You can go on and on and talk about players with the talent, the quality, but it's what you do with it that really matters. That's why some players, Harry Kane, it's until the latter stage of the Harry Kane that Harry Kane, I think, he can't dribble a tree. Well, he knows what to do, and he's one of the great. He will go down as one of the greatest strikers we know in football. So for Paul Pogba, the talent is there, but when he started going head to head with your man, even as a teenager, he had problems with Sir Alex. So much that Sir Alex went to bring Scholes out of retirement rather than play a young, talented midfielder. He went to Juventus, all things. He couldn't even buga in quotes for the players at Juventus. Who will he do it for? The Pelos and Co? They will probably beat him in training. So he came to Man United, he became the biggest boy again, had problems with a few teammates, had issues with one of the craziest managers of all time, Jose Mourinho. That was when his career started nosediving. He went back to France, played so well, had good synergy with himself, N'Golo Kante, and they liked him. He said, oh, things are working well. Then came back to United, more problems. Went to Juventus, having family issues here and there. And like they say, there are two places men seek happiness: on the job and in your home.
Say that again.
Is it the home or the bedroom?
Your bedroom is your home. Oh, you're okay. See your home. Outside the home. Okay.
You should understand that.
That's why I had
I just asked for clarifications.
Please say that again.
Oh, okay.
There are two places that men find
happiness.
I'm not connecting to that.
I know what you want. Just move on.
Your job
and your home.
Your home. I understand.
You must have in either of them. It's good if you have both.
Okay.
But if you don't have any of them,
I get that.
That's why someone that Farouk used to rap something for is always doing any on social media. Because the career is nosediving and there's no home to fall back to. And Paul Pogba, his career is and his family are dragging him online, juju here and there. So I think all those things put together really affected him in terms of his career. And now there was a time while it was being banned, it was earning I think £2,000 per month. And they're like, okay, if the ban continues, we even terminate 2,000. Imagine Pogba without anything. And unfortunately for him, they reduced the ban. So from January, you can start training. From March, you can start playing. The question now is, who will want him?
Yes, I know Juventus cannot take him.
Yeah, no, they have even said they will sit down and settle.
I think what they are trying to do is just stylishly look for a way to let him off.
Yes, they have
because they just can't say.
And they have to before the ban is over, or else.
But we hear one of the most notorious modern clubs. Marseille wants him.
Marseille are
they are signing some weird players these days.
Remember, they are the ones who brought back Dimitri Payet after the drama he had in England.
Exactly.
They brought back Pogba.
We thought the whole.
They'll probably take CJ too. Sorry. Okay, we're talking about
Pogba. So, but anyhow, I hope he gets back to his best. He's already he's over 30. Yeah. He's over 30. He had a 4-year ban, and everybody thought it was over. Now they reduced it to 18.
Even before the ban, he was having a series of injuries.
And that's what Juventus are hinging on.
Yeah.
The fact that he had too many.
I don't think he has played 5 games for Juventus. And he's joined them
since he went back. Since he went back, no.
Okay. From one player to another. Real Madrid, we hear. The reports are out now. They are looking at maybe picking up Arsenal's super defender. I believe right now he's the best defender in the world, William Saliba. But from the camp of Saliba, they've said no. The player is cool with Arsenal. He's thinking of a future with Arsenal. He wants to win big things with Arsenal and all of that. Is it right for we to start talking about Saliba leaving Arsenal now, going to Real Madrid are the best team in the world. So why do they need Saliba?
Well, Real Madrid always find ways to solve themselves, even if they don't sign anybody. Last season they had 3 ACLs, about 20 injuries. There was a time under the Zidane, they had more injuries than goals. They just find ways to win. Like Real Madrid manager will tell you, solve the problem first, then come back to complain later.
Exactly.
So even if they don't sign anybody, they are saying they may break the bank in terms of breaking their rule of not signing in winter. Madrid have not done winter signing in 6 years. That they may this time around. But even if they don't, if they win, they win. They always just find ways. And for Saliba, some players, almost every player wants to play for Real Madrid. Especially if those South America, every South America want to play for Madrid.
He wouldn't like to hear that.
Saliba wants to play for Arsenal.
He would like to hear that.
The truth is, they will be saying it behind the scene. Wait until you hear someone, a report, an anonymous close friend, say Saliba is thinking about it. The truth is, no matter how big Arsenal are, Real Madrid are bigger.
Yes.
On paper, Man U are bigger than Arsenal. But players still leave Man U to join Real Madrid. It's more like many players see Real Madrid as like the holy grail. And with the Real Madrid we are seeing now, it feels like Saliba may break it to the first 11 if he joins the Real Madrid. So it's probably a good chance for him to. But he's doing well at Arsenal. I'm always shocked when I see people say Gabriel is better than Saliba. I say to myself, which team are we watching? If you are watching the same Arsenal,
Saliba is better.
They're looking at the goals.
Saliba is better than the goal as we speak.
So I think it will be good for him if he goes. And if he stays, I'm ignoring that statement.
No, wait.
Better.
And if he goes,
that's good.
Who is the better defender than Saliba?
Let's start from there. Yes.
No, it's arguable.
Okay.
It's arguable.
But one thing that's not arguable is that Saliba will be a perfect fit for Real Madrid. He will be a perfect player for Real Madrid. And
I see school-headed Saliba.
Exactly. He's calm. He's a combination of Rio Ferdinand
and Vidic.
Ferdinand
is Saliba. Vidic is Rudiger.
Where did you now?
Exactly. But Saliba has it in both ways. You know what I said? He should leave Arsenal. If they don't win the league this year, he should leave Arsenal.
Why are you putting Arsenal down?
When they don't win the league.
When they don't win the league. I even said if, and you were arguing. Okay, when Arsenal don't win the league at the end of the season, Saliba should leave Arsenal and go to Real Madrid because he will likely win the Champions League, likely win the league, and he will be like Thierry Henry. Henry left Arsenal.
It may be his chance to become a starter for the French national team.
Exactly. I'm not interested in that conversation. I just brought him that to see if they are nice persons. They are absolutely not. Well, I have a story here. I don't want to talk. I just want to mention the person's name. Then we move on. Mario Balotelli.
You should go to Marseille.
But they want him immediately.
You should go to Marseille. Marseille will welcome you.
Exactly. Marseille signs virtually every player that has bad record.
That's what I said. I'll just
Balotelli, Greenwood, Pogba. Wow.
Interesting.
They'll win the league.
They're already doing very well. Already.
Yeah, because
although they are below Brest right now. Brest is like they are doing big things.
Brest is always the best.
They are doing big things. Yeah.
Brest.
Why did you take it first?
Stade Brestois is the name of the club.
No, why are you
I don't understand.
Why are you not saying Olympique de Marseille?
Yeah, exactly.
Why are you not saying Paris Saint-Germain?
Exactly.
Why are you not saying
Brestois
Olympique
is the name
Lyonnais?
of the club. You guys excite yourself so much and
They
just
call
call Brest.
themselves Brest. That's the name of the
That's
club.
the name of the club.
Check the league table with his Brest.
Check the Champions League
Why are you
table.
not
Brest
so-
is on top of the table.
Why are you not so excited?
Brest.
Yeah, because we are calling it what we don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's my Nations League. I don't know what's wrong with the two of them. I don't know. I don't even know what's them on the show.
The second, the two.
Exactly.
In Champions League, 2 is Brest.
Stade
Brest are
Brestois.
2.
Stade Brestois is the name of the club.
No, okay, wait. What's the name we are talking about that signed that want to sign for Pogba?
Olympique Marseille.
What, you just call it Olympique.
Olympique
You know, it's
Marseille.
actually even
He
Olympique
actually
de Marseille. We should be saying
Okay.
Olympique de Marseille every time.
He said Marseille
Olympique
before.
Lyonnais.
But for the
Ladies and
records,
gentlemen.
for the records anyway, it was Alberto Gilardino, the coach of Genoa, that called Pogba. I said he wants him back in Syria. Balotelli. I want him back in Syria, but we are suggesting he goes to Marseille and face the likes of Brest, who are very good right now.
The Nations League. We have games for this weekend. I don't know. They need holiness and sanctifying. Let's just pick some selected games for this weekend. Top games. We'll pick one of the England's games. Finland, England. We'll talk about Poland, Portugal. There's Italy, Israel, Belgium, France, Spain, Denmark, Croatia, Scotland. Guys, let's just look at it. Finland, England. The conversation is around Cole Palmer. We'll talk about him when we get to hot gist. But Cole Palmer is doing magic in the number 10 role. That number 10 role for England has been a problem, even for Southgate. Now, under Castle also, same thing. Should it be Bellingham? Should it be Foden? Palmer now looks like the best player who can play there. How do you solve this conundrum?
It's just going for your best players. If I have 5 players doing the same thing and all of them are very good in great form, I'll look out for the one that can do other things. Jude Bellingham can play in the central midfield. Okay, bring him back. Saka can do it on the 10, but he does well on the right wing. Put him there. Foden can play either on the left or the right. Oh, send him to the wings. Unfortunately for the left wing now, they play more with Watkins there now because Watkins, even if he's not scoring, you can feel his impact in a game. And it feels like the only man that Palmer, we've seen him on the wings. He's not great there. We've seen him on the left. We've seen him on the right. If he feels like that's the only man, I said it prior to the Euros that if I was Southgate, I'll play for them together. Have Harry Kane alone. You can't stop Harry Kane. Then go for Saka, Palmer, and Foden. Then play Jude Bellingham along with Declan Rice. You solve the problem. But the issue is they want to play everybody at the same time. They want to satisfy players like Trent Alexander-Arnold, who for me a brilliant attacking fullback, but defending is probably one of the worst we've seen defending. And they feel, oh, let's play him in the holding midfield, and it cost them in the first 2 games in the Euro. So go for, you can't play everybody, and that's the same thing that killed their golden generation of the likes of Scholes, Gerrard, the Lampard.
Yeah.
They want to infuse everybody into the team. The truth is, everybody cannot start. If you think Foden is a superstar for you, play for your Foden. If you think it's Cole Palmer, so long you are winning, people will not care about it. And for those that care to know, even the best player for a country doesn't necessarily mean your performance for the country. So you may not play for England and still win the best player like Palmer. So I think it's go for your best legs, who you think can solve the problem for you. Because if you keep shuffling, there will be less synergy.
If I bring CJ in on this conversation, what was the name of that Spanish coach? Was it Vicente Del Bosque?
Yeah, stop
Played
listing. Yeah.
6
Play,
midfielders.
yes, Xabi Alonso,
Fabregas,
Xavi, Iniesta, Fabregas, David Silva, and
he won.
He won.
That was when Fabregas was playing the false nine.
Well, that particular team, they played the tiki-taka to a T, and it was when the Real Madrid. Exactly, they will just pass it to them.
In the Euros final against Italy, they had to say no extra time. Yeah,
Exactly, because it was too much. It was like you're punching a fighter and he couldn't respond.
Yes.
So that team, Real Madrid, Barcelona, that team, they could keep the ball for days, and so we can't really compare them with this English team. Bolo was saying something about not playing all your best players at the same time. He has already mentioned all their best players already. Let's be fair.
Yeah. All those could be minor that start should not be starting.
So yeah,
Should be on the bench.
but one disagreement I have would be Cole Palmer playing as an impact player, not from the starting lineup. I like the way the England setup is. Bellingham, would run you down, would make your defenders walk, whether you like it or not. He's tireless. Exactly, he's tireless. When he has done that, Cole Palmer is not the most physically strong kind of player. In international football, it's more strength. So he come in. That's why he shines when he plays as an impact player. He comes in at the Euros. He came in, scored in the finals. Yeah. Exactly. He comes in. He does his work. He's a very intelligent footballer. But if you play him as a starting player, you might not enjoy him because he might fizzle out. He
start for Chelsea. He scored 4 goals.
That's Chelsea. It's different when it comes to international football, actually. So I like the England setup. I like how young the team is. I like that Carsley now is trying to integrate Gordon to play in the left side. You mentioned Watkins. So I like the setup of it. Gomez holds the ball virtually better than Mino.
Which Gomez? Is it Gomez that came to Nigeria to collect something?
Yeah, he came to TV. Joshua mentioned it last night.
Okay, we're done with that. We'll do a short break. I don't know what they're smoking in here. We'll do another break. When we come back, we'll wrap up the show. It will be time for us to do hot gist, and then we'll serve you, our premium bankers, and we'll be done with the show. Welcome back, guys. Yes, the final lap of the show. It's time for hot gist. Guys, we've got a few, trends here. Osimhen heavily linked with Chelsea move in January for £40 million. If you're Chelsea, you sign Osimhen because Chelsea is already getting the job done.
You use 40 million?
Yeah, I have 40 million.
You should come and play in FPFL and to go for 40 million. Remember, Osimhen himself said it a week or 2 ago that it's worth more than 100 million euros. And if the likes of Anthony Okoli and the likes of Enzo Fernandez, likes of Moises Caicedo can go for that one, I think
Osimhen can work. Can work.
He should play for Chelsea if he wants to. But anyway he goes to, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Okay.
He'll be fine.
Okay, I don't think Osimhen to Chelsea will work. I don't think so.
I don't know why Arsenal pulled off at some point.
Yes, Kai Havertz.
He would do well at that.
Oh, look, Kai Havertz has scored.
Osimhen will be better.
No, Kai Havertz has scored 7 consecutive games. I don't think Osimhen is technically better than Kai Havertz.
He's a better striker than Kai Havertz.
No, I'm not.
His head and shoulders above Havertz.
No, Osimhen is not technically better than
his
Kai
leg,
Havertz.
head to toe better than Havertz.
No, I disagree.
How many career goals does Kai Havertz have?
How many career goals does Victor Osimhen?
He has over 200.
Over 200 career goals.
Does Kai Havertz have 100?
He doesn't even score. He just started scoring.
Kai Havertz is not a striker. That's why he's not a striker.
I'm playing as a striker for Arsenal.
Exactly. I'm telling you the position of Arsenal striker.
This season, who has scored more goals?
And Kai Havertz has scored.
He has played more
games.
He has played more games.
I was going to
ladies and
He has played
gentlemen,
more games.
Bolo money this season, who has scored more goals? Kai Havertz or Osimhen?
Kai Havertz.
Havertz has played more
This
games.
is who has played more games.
Now what are you? We are talking. You guys are making a question saying more goals.
No, we're talking about who's a better striker.
Arsenal do not need Osimhen. They have Kai Havertz.
Arsenal needs
You need a striker. No, Arsenal needs a striker.
With Osimhen, Arsenal will win the league easily.
No, Osimhen is not the striker that Arsenal needs.
Who then?
Arsenal rather go for
You have Kai Havertz, you have Gabriel Jesus.
I don't understand.
Arsenal rather go for a Victor Gyökeres. Gyökeres is better than Osimhen.
Gyökeres that just had 2 good seasons. He's now better than Osimhen.
Osimhen has had just 1 good season.
Everyone know.
Okay.
I saw the man that never fails. I'm done with that conversation. Okay. I just needed that. Okay, guys. Finally, Cole Palmer was named England men's player for 2020-2024. I don't know where that came from. And then we had Bellingham came second.
Before he says anything,
Bukayo Saka came third.
they said it was a public vote. So maybe that's what the England fans wanted.
Like.
They probably don't want those outside England. Talk about Harry Kane.
Exactly. So
I mean, based on last season,
Saka won it.
Palmer.
Saka won it consecutively,
yeah,
twice for them.
So for a change.
It's just for a change.
Okay. Because their best players to me were both Bellingham and Harry Kane.
I think Bellingham was a clear winner.
Okay.
And if you remember, like 3 seasons ago, they gave it to Calvin Phillips, and that still amazes me.
Even the weirdest was Henderson.
Okay. Okay, let's do some punting, guys. Let's make some money for the fans. Okay,
let's go.
Okay, we just pick some selected. I think I've got 6 here. I mentioned it earlier on the show. Let me start with Bolu. Finland, England.
Straight to win 3 lines.
Straight to win England. Poland, Portugal.
Go.
Goal. Poland, Portugal. Fantastic. Lewandowski, CR7. Italy, Israel.
We don't even know Israel are playing their great cases down, but they should win up to win.
Italy. Belgium, France.
This should be another goal game, but you can do 2.5. Over 2.5.
Over 2.5.
I think they'll let Italy be a winner and both of them.
Spain, Denmark.
It's another good game. I think it should be a straight win for Spain.
Straight win for Spain.
I wanted to think of Gogo, but that Spain defense, they are also stingy.
Final one. Croatia, Scotland.
I think Gogo.
Bolu done with his premium banker. Well, let me go to CJ. CJ, your premium banker right here on Pontus Corner. Finland, England.
England to win.
England to win.
It's an away game for them.
Yeah. Poland, Portugal.
Portugal to win.
Portugal to win. Italy, Israel.
Italy to win. 1 under 3.5.
1 and under 3.5.
2 and under 3.5 because they're playing away here.
Okay. Belgium, France.
Belgium, France. So, that game might end in a draw because Mbappe is not playing, so it might end in a draw.
Draw. X. Spain, Denmark.
Spain to win, and those boys, you can't predict them. They might decide to score loads of goals. so Spain to win, but maybe 2.5. Yeah.
Final one, Croatia, Scotland.
Croatia to win, slim margin, 1x under 3.5.
1x under 3.5. Okay, guys, we're done with the show. We wrap up. Alright, guys, we're done with the show. Before we go, there are final words for this edition. Will come from a story. I'll tell you guys a story. Brighton star William Enciso has revealed that he fainted on the plane while traveling international duties. He claimed he almost died before being helped out by a fellow passenger. He said, "My head hurts. I almost died. I fainted on the plane. I was powerless. I didn't eat or sleep well." This sounds like a Jessica kind of. Okay, Jessica's not yet, but she didn't sleep well. At one point, I got up to go to the bathroom and I felt like I was falling. He now said a guy grabbed me and took me to the front. He made me drink Coke and a Japanese soup, and that did me good. Guys, I'll start with you. I don't know your story. I'll end with him because I know part of the story. Have you ever faced death before? What or who saved you?
Okay, well, mine was an accident. That some person died. But me, okay, well, now my wife we survived it. What saved me? I think I was just awake. I was awake. So I was a superstar. I was even bringing people out because I was seeing everything.
That was
I would say fate.
Fate, yeah, that was God helping you.
Yes, the guy that's
No, but jokes
See
apart.
that you tumbled.
Yeah, jokes apart.
Okay.
I literally tumbled.
Yeah.
Not this one.
Oh.
Actually, it was June 18 or so. I had an accident where the car tumbled, and I have a phobia, not phobia for driving.
Yes, you have phobia for driving.
I don't like driving.
Drive.
So that's one of the reasons. So yeah,
What
I had
of who
experience
saved
too.
you?
God saved me.
God.
Because I remember.
Was it Jesus or Jessica?
No, it's Jesus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because I remember also that I came out also and helped other people out, and luckily for us nobody died.
Oh.
But for this Cecil's case, I don't know whether he was hungry or he failed to take enough water. Because the story, he said he felt dizzy, he didn't sleep well.
When they not give you drink.
So maybe we should just tell our fans.
Low sugar as well.
Yeah, it could be low sugar. Tell our fans out there that try as much as possible to rest and
drink a lot of water. Okay, talking about resting, drinking a lot of water. What's the coolest alphabet?
Coolest alphabet.
Yes.
Cool as in.
Yeah.
Is alphabet cool?
I don't know. There's not that is cool. But
What's the coolest alphabet?
I would say C for
C,
CJ.
Abi? You see, since it's cool.
Okay, they both failed it. I'll wrap up with this. The coolest alphabet in the history of alphabet is B, because B is in between A, C.
That's how you spell.
My name is Kingsley Akwa, the amazing
the French
Kingsley.
team.
Have a fabulous weekend.
The
Bye-bye.
French team is best.